Howdy, and welcome to your gentle yoga for women in midlife. Gather your props and let's meet on the mat.
All right, howdy everybody. Let's go ahead and begin our gentle class in seated. So if you have something you can sit on for your to elevate your hips, that would be awesome. If not, just be intentional about lengthening your spine and protecting your low back. And then align ears, shoulders, and hips, navel towards spine just a little bit, just to support the low back. Nothing too tight. And then allowing the breath to reach deeper and fuller with each breath in. Feel that expansion in your abdomen at this time. And then drawing the navel in as you press the breath up and out with the exhale. Continue to flow with your breath. And as the breaths flow and you follow them with your mind, begin to check in with your heart. Notice what your heart's desire is at this point in time. Something you would like to manifest or to create in your own life. This could be anything from calm and peace, love, generosity, timeliness, whatever it might be. And then create a present tense, positive statement around your heart's desire. Creating this sankalpa is going to begin with I am or I feel, and then fill in your desire. And then after you've created that, repeat it 3 times. On your next exhale, allow the head to hang, bringing the chin closer to the chest. Couple of nice deep breaths here to open up the back of the neck and into the shoulders. Keeping space between the jaws. And then we'll gently inhale the ears over the shoulders. Exhale, turn your chin to your left. With your inhale, float through center. Exhale, over your right. Inhale back to center, shrug the shoulders up, and roll them back and down. And reverse your circles. Wiggle them out. All right. If you have your blocks and you'd like to have one on each side of you, go ahead and place them. You may or may not use them here, but it is nice to have them there. Switch the leg you have in front. And then we'll inhale, send your left arm skyward. Exhale, extend toward your right. And as you stay in this lateral bend, lower your left arm, circle it around, float it back up. And then switch the direction of your shoulder circle. And then we'll lift the arm and extend. Turn the chin up and back down. And then wherever it feels best, leave it there. 3 more breaths. When you exhale that 3rd breath, circle the arm down. As you inhale, reach out through both arms. and wiggle them down. All right, moving to your right side. Inhale the arm. Exhale, extend toward your left. Circle the arm down and around. And then switch the direction of your circle. Just creating some fluidity in the joint. And then we'll extend the arm and hold. If it's too intense, you can always bring the arm down alongside you or even wrap it around behind. So just honor your shoulders, whatever you need. And then take the chin upward and back down a couple of more times. And then find where you'd like to leave it. And 3 more breaths. And on that third exhale, circle your arm down. As you sit tall, reach both arms wide, float them all the way up. Interlace the knuckles, send the palms skyward. And then we're going to rotate torso right. Inhale, center, rotate left. Do that a couple more times each side. Back to center, and as you exhale, pull the elbows wide. Press out through the elbows, open the chest, lengthen the neck. Push into the ground, inhale to reach up. Exhale, cactus your arms, big sigh is welcomed here. One more time. And inhale up. Palms meet, a little wiggle on the way down with that breath out. And as the arms come to rest, take a little shrugs, wiggles, and any other moves you might need. And then come to stillness. Check in and notice how you feel in your body. No wrong answers, no attachments. Check in with your heart and your mind. Yoga is about uniting our minds and bodies with our breaths and our spirit. So as you move through your practice today, reconnect your mind and your breath again and again with your body. As we're ready, inhale to hands and knees, come into tabletop. You might keep your blocks nearby. You might like to actually elevate your shoulders. Whether you're on blocks or on the floor, spread your fingers wide and anchor into the corners of the hands and the fingertips. As you exhale, push the ground away, round out your spine. When you're ready to inhale, roll from tailbone through the spine, heart space opens. Now take the liberty to flow with the rhythm of your breath and to linger where your body might need a little more time. Cat pose, which is where the spine is lifted up into the air, is a great stretch for the low back, the back of the neck. And when you flow into cow, now we're stretching across the chest wall and the front of the shoulders, helping to counter all that forward motion of being hunched over electronics. And take one more time to flow each direction. And then make your way back to neutral and take a pause. No rush. And then when you are ready, we'll melt the heart down to the floor. So you can ease the forearms down. If you'd like to have a block or some other prop under your chest or under your shoulders, you're welcome to place it there. We want to keep our hips high over our knees as we melt all the way down. We refer to this as playful puppy pose. And then guide your breath and awareness into the back of your lungs. So while we're physically stretching the front of the heart space and into the shoulders, breath and awareness lingers in the back of the lungs to give us more clearing in the lungs, letting go of any of that stagnant energy. Two more breaths here. And then we'll inhale to press the earth away. Ease the hands in under the shoulders. Take your moment. And then we'll take the knees away from one another, moving them out to the edges of the mat and shimmy the hips back. Once you've shimmied your hips back, we're going to lay the body down for 5 breaths, and then we'll open into the sides of the body. After your 5th breath, inhale the head from the floor. Ease your arms to your left, and then melt back down as much as you're comfortable with. You can always have rolled cloths or a blanket behind your knees. You could create space and make this pose more comfortable. 2 more breaths. And then we'll stabilize the low belly. Inhale to lift. Walk back to center. Melt down. And for 3 breaths, notice the differences between right side and left side. And with your next inhale, ease the head up. Walk your arms toward the right. And exhale back down. 5 slow, steady breaths. And then we will slowly inhale back up, ease back to center, melt down, and notice right side and left side. You may notice sensations or spaces, anything at all. And then stabilize low belly. Inhale gently back up to hands and knees. Take your time, guide the knees underneath you. And then we'll turn the left palm up and ease the body weight back. Keep the arm as lengthened as you're comfortable with to stretch out the front of your wrist. And then guide body weight forward and reset the left hand. Turn the right palm up and move your body back, lengthening the arm as much as you're comfortable with. It might be the same, more or less than what you had on the first side. Focus on your breaths. And then we will slowly inhale back to center and reset the hand. Take just a moment. And then we will spin the fingers toward the knees, both hands, turning the fingers toward the knees. A little ease of the hips back, moving gently, slowly, very mindfully, only going to the place where you begin to feel that sensation of engagement, breathing with it, nothing too intense here. And then ease the body forward and spin the hands back around. All right. From here, we're going to tuck our toes and ease our body back. And if you need the props behind the knees, feel free to do so. It can be small cloths, a blanket. You might have a bolster or something that you'd like to sit on, even a couple of blocks. But toes are tucked and we're coming upright. And you can use blocks under your hands here if you have them nearby and would like to use them. Getting a little toe stretch, quad stretch. And while you're here, if you're not using your hands elsewhere, go ahead and decompress. So just take one hand and press into and release into the forearm of the opposite arm. Ooh, find some tender spots. And then make your way into the wrist and give it a little loving as movement as well. And then we'll switch sides. And then open and close your hands for just a moment and shake them out. And wiggle out your shoulders. All right, navel to spine as you ease your body forward. Come off your toes, untuck them, and let the tops of your feet hit the floor. And then we are going to sit back again. So if you want your prop underneath you again, feel free to grab it. This time we have the toes untucked and we're stretching the front of our ankles. So if you have your blocks nearby, you might use them for this. So you can actually stay right where you're at and not do any more. This might be more than enough. And if there's a big gap between the front of your ankles and the ground, then you could benefit from having folded, rolled towels, blankets, something underneath there to take up that gap. But if you have your ankles supported and would like to add a little more stretch to this, maybe blocks can help you here, or you can just bring your hands to the floor, ease your shoulders back, let the knees lift, navel to spine here, and then lower back down. Make any adjustments you might need to make, maybe the feet just a little wider so they're not, inner edges are not pressing into one another. And then try that again. And release. Good. Want to try it one more time. So make any other adjustments. And when you're ready, lean back and release. Very nice. Navel to spine as you guide your body forward, keeping the low back supported. Move any props you were sitting on, maybe blocks under your hands. And then let the feet hit the floor again. All right, knees are under the hips. Take the left leg long, tuck the toes, take a little rock forward and back. And then center the hips and extend the leg from the ground any amount, keeping the toes turned down. And release the left leg. Place the knee under the hip. And we'll take the right leg back. Tuck the toes. Take a little rock. And then reset in center, navel to spine. Right leg might float from the floor. Shoulders are stable on the back. And exhale down. Very nice. All right, we're going to step the right foot forward, coming into a low lunge. And the left toes tuck. Navel to spine. And lift that left knee. Now, if this is too intense, keep the right knee down. And if you need to, you could even have a little something thin under your knee to provide cushion. But we're going to pull the hips back and then come into a lunge. So this is the flossing action that we do, usually with the back knee down. So if you need that back knee down, like I mentioned, honor that. Okay. We'll take a couple of more and then we'll linger in that backward position. And as we come back, we're going to set the left heel. The left toes are angled to that top left corner. You might bring the blocks a little bit higher with your flat back. This is your prep pose for pyramid. We're going to stay here another 3 breaths. Both feet are flat on the ground. And then we will shift and we'll take that left foot back, lower the left knee, and bring the right knee underneath. As you're ready, left foot steps forward, right toes tuck, and we lift the right knee. All right, from here, we'll exhale, pull hips back, inhale into our lunge. And if you don't need the blocks, you're always welcome to take this more freely. I know it's kind of tethered to my mic pack, so battery pack is on the floor. And then next time you go to that backward position, go ahead and lower your right heel, shorten your stance, and then flat back. 'And then we will inhale, step the right foot up alongside the left. Feet are about a hip distance apart. A fist should fit just inside the inner edges of the balls of the feet. Heels somewhere underneath your hips. Inhale for your flat back. And on an exhale, soften your knees, let your body fold and melt over your legs. You might turn your head left and right, up and down. Find what feels right for you. 2 more slow, steady breaths here. And then soften your knees a little more. Press firmly into the corners of your feet. Lift up your pelvic floor, and as you inhale, begin to rise through the torso, letting the arms float forward until they come all the way up. Lengthen your legs, lengthen your spine. And on your exhale, extend your body to your left. Shoulders down your back. On an inhale, press into the ground, rise through center, and exhale to your other side. And then we'll inhale back up. And as you're ready to exhale, pull the elbows out wide, just like we did when we were seated, and expand the chest. Inhale to reach up. And exhale, pull elbows out wide. Good. One more time. And big sigh. Inhale, arms. Exhale, hinge from your hips. Fold your body all the way over. Inhale for your flat back. Exhale, plant your hands either on your blocks or on the floor. Step your right foot back. Add your left. And then we're going to chaturanga. So you can either stay on your toes or come to your knees with your toes in the air. Exhale, elbows scrape the ribs as you lower about halfway. And then lower the legs as you inhale to extend your spine. And on your exhale, we're going over the toes into downward facing dog. Now, if coming through that little flow is not comfortable for you, we're going to do it a couple more times. So I want to give you some options. When we come down from standing, you could come back to your tabletop. And when we expand and open into upward facing dog, you can take your cow pose. And when we take it into downward facing dog, you can take a cat pose or even a child's pose. Either one. All right? So from your downward facing dog or from your tabletop, bring the gaze forward. Step your left foot forward and then your right. Find a half lift for your spine. Lengthen out from the tailbone. Exhale, soften and fold over your legs. Press into your feet. Inhale, lift up through the torso. Bring the arms forward. Foot all the way up. Big cactus for the arms. As you exhale, pull wide. Expand the chest. Inhale to reach up. Exhale, slide the hands down in front of the heart and all the way down alongside your body. Tadasana. This is your mountain pose. Take a moment here. Ground down. Feel the earth. Notice the air on your skin. And with your next inhale, we're going to sink the glutes back, draw the arms forward, come into a chair pose. Navel to spine. On your exhale, fold your body over. Inhale for your flat back. Exhale, send the right leg back. And if you're doing the alternative, this is where you would lower your right knee. And then when you're ready, left leg steps back or your left knee. You're in your plank position, guiding the shoulders strong onto the back. Pull them in, pull them down, navel to spine. Wrists are under the shoulders or forward of. You're anchored into the corners of your hands. 2 more breaths here. You're always welcome to come to the knees with the toes in the air. On that next exhale, lower halfway. Lower the legs as you're ready to inhale and push the ground away, opening into upward facing dog. And exhale, either tabletop, child's pose, or downward facing dog. Keeping the shoulders active on the back if you're in downward dog. And then we bring the gaze forward, navel to spine. Right foot inhales forward and set it down. So our left foot is still back, and we want it angled with the left toes to the corner. Press into the feet, navel to spine, pelvic floor up. Inhale, hands to thigh, to heart, maybe overhead. Warrior one. Connect with your breaths. Come into the ease and steadiness of your pose. And on an exhale, guide hands down in front of the heart if they are not there. Shoulders down. Straighten your right leg and exhale, hinge toward the right leg, coming into a flat back. If it's available, exhale all the way over your leg. Maybe blocks for your hands. Ease the right hip crease back a little more. Softness through the mouth and across the face. And then we press into the feet. Navel to spine. Inhale, flat back. Bend the right knee. Left foot steps up. Inhale to chair, so glutes sink. Sending the weight into the heels. And support the low belly. Inhale to rise. Reach all the way up. Open the front of the body. And exhale, Tadasana. Palms at heart. 2 more breaths. Good. Next exhale, sink your glutes back for chair. Support with bandhas. Exhale the right leg back. Coming into a lunge. And then maybe inhale to bring the hands more forward or overhead. Runner's lunge. And then we'll set the right heel down with the toes angled to that top right corner. Warrior one. Maybe exhale the elbows wide, open up the chest wall. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart. Straighten your left leg. Take a breath in. Support the belly to the back. Exhale to fold. Pause at a flat back. Maybe adjust your stride. And maybe exhale a little more.
Stay connected with or reconnect with your breath, letting the exhales take you deeper into the poses as you are ready. Lift your kneecaps toward your thighs to really activate the legs, protect the joints. And with bandhas engaged, inhale to your flat back. And then we're going to take that right heel up, lengthen the leg. Left foot steps back. You're in your plank. Holding, breathing, strong form. Always welcome to lower to the knees. If you are on the knees, draw the hips forward, the toes in the air. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward dog, child's pose, or tabletop. And then slowly bring the gaze forward. Step the right leg up. Add the left. Flat back. Exhale, sink your glutes, hands meet at heart. Chair pose. And on the next exhale, we fold all the way back over. Flat into a forward fold. Wrap the arms behind the legs and draw the torso in. On an exhale, release your arms. Inhale, flat back. Exhale to knees. And then exhale to seated. And we will bring the legs into a butterfly or a bound angle. So once you've arrived, take any shifting, wiggling you might need. Blocks can be nice here, maybe of blocks and a bolster or something of that nature to create a little shelf. So we want to come up tall, a little extra space between the heels and the groins, and exhale to ease the body forward. And this is where you might like to rest on your props. Any kind of prop combination can be nice here. A couple more breaths here. And then we will slowly inhale the body back up. You can ease your props over to the sides. Slowly lengthen one leg and then the other. Give them a little movement. And as you're ready, inhale your right knee into your chest. Give it a good squeeze. And you might choose to keep it right here, or you might like to step it to the outside of your left leg, wherever it is. Make sure the right foot is flat. Flex through the left ankle. So this is pointed and this is flexed. And then we'll inhale tall and we'll rotate away from your right leg. So rotating to the left, maybe your right arm presses into the inner edge of your right leg. Feel free to use a block or other prop under the left hand if you want that elevation. Keeping the shoulders strong on the back and the chin moving in the direction of your left shoulder. Then we will slowly inhale back to center. Take a little counter bow to the right. And as we come up, we're going to guide the right ankle over the left thigh. Both ankles flex. And we're going to exhale to extend the body forward any amount. Blocks and other props are welcomed here. Maybe a little prop under that right foot or under the right leg. Anything that would work here to stabilize and help you in your posture. And then we'll anchor into the ground to inhale back up. Take the right leg into the arm and hand. Open and close your hip with a little cradle action. And then we'll send the right leg down. Okay. From here, inhale left knee into chest. And then keep it here or let it cross over to the outside of the right leg. Foot is flat on the floor. Right ankle is in flexion. Inhale tall. Exhale away from your left leg. So rotate to your right. You can use the back of the left arm pressing into the inside of the left leg. Release through the mouth, across the jaws, the face. On an inhale, float back to the center and cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Use your props as needed to support your posture here. And inhale tall, flex the ankles. Exhale for any extension. If your spine has a natural C shape instead of an L shape, if it's nice and curved like that, then you really want to sit up tall and just focus on good form to protect your back. But But if you already keep a nice strong spine, have good posture, then you're maybe more available. It may be more available for you to extend forward. We just don't want to lose our posture here. And on your next inhale, press into the ground, ease your body up. Lift and cradle your left leg. And send the leg down. Give them both some movement. And we're going back into our bound angle. So we're going to visit this again, and you'll notice, or perhaps you'll notice some changes, some spaces that maybe you didn't have the first time. And our goal this time is to bring our heels in as close as we're comfortably able to while maintaining posture. So we don't want the low back to dump out here. We want to stay tall with navel towards spine. Again, always feeling free to bring in the props as needed. Hold your feet here. You don't need to close them so much, but just you can hold on to them to anchor into the pose. And allow the breaths to arrive deeper and slower. Now you may stay here, or you might exhale to extend forward if you're able to do this with strong support in your spine. Always use any props you might need to be safe in your body. We're not trying to overstretch. We just want to take the body into a place where it will benefit. Three more breaths. And then we'll slowly inhale the body back up. Take your pause. As you're ready, slowly and mindfully guide the heels a little further out. Pause as you go, being gentle with your connective tissue until your legs are completely extended, and take them in a little side to side movement. All right, from here, we'll bend the knees to roll our bodies down. Pause when you arrive on your back and allow the ground to really rise and meet you. Inhale, guide the right leg in. On an exhale, ease the right leg over to your left, stack your hips, shimmy your shoulder blades down, use props as needed. On an inhale, head to center, and then the right leg. You can set both feet on the floor for a moment in your constructive rest, allowing the hips to align. And as you take this momentary pause, check in to feel the sensations and the spaces in the right side, the right hip, the right side body, maybe the shoulder. And when you feel ready, inhale left knee into your chest. Give it a good squeeze in. On an exhale, lower the left leg toward the right. Stack left hip on top of right. Ease the shoulder blades down. And maybe your head turns left or stays centered. And then we will slowly inhale, head to center. Guide the left leg back over. And hug both knees in. Maybe a little rock side to side will feel nice for your low back. You might let your knees freely circle in the air. If you are taking the circles, switch direction. And then hug them in again. And set your feet on the floor. Knees are in the air. Constructive rest. Take a moment here. And then for your final pose, you are welcome to make your way into a traditional Shavasana. Legs long and wide, toes out, arms wide, palms open. And this might feel just right at this point. But some other options would be a child's pose, seated, or even rolling all the way over onto your abdomen in a prone position. And you might like to even use props here. So you might like to have a prop under your thighs if you're on your back. You might like to have a prop like a bolster or blankets under your hip bones if prone. And if you're in child's pose or seated, there are always ways to use props that maybe would feel better for you. Wherever you are, settle in, let the body feel supported, and come into rest. And then bring some gentle moves into the toes and fingers. As you find more space in your body, begin to ease to your side. Maybe come off of your props. As you take a pause on your side, check in to notice how your physical body feels at this time. Maybe notice the connection between how it feels now and how it felt earlier. And then check in with your physical body and your mind. And then we'll ease the body towards seated. Big inhale to fill up your arms, heart, and mind with loving kindness for you. And palms meet. Pass your brow for kind thoughts, your lips for kind words. And as you rest at your heart, may you share loving kindness with others. We are all priceless. Namaste. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey. And we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.